Hey, this is the pre-slope footage. My name is Chad. This is Brad. When I was young, I always wanted to snowboard, but I lived in Queens and we didn't have money for snowboards. So my father, he would just take an old block of wood that we found back in the courtyards behind my apartment in Queens, and he'd just toss me down the hill, and it was fun. But when I didn't do good, like he would hit me. He didn't hit me hard, but he just hit me enough where he's like, let me know I'm a bitch. And that made me the man I am today. And I love my father.
I should not have put my snowboarding boots on before I was driving.
That's my boy. That's my boy right there, Josh. That's great. Looks like me. I think Lindsay's ready, baby. Oh, you look cool. Ready to go.
I'm parched.
Josh.
Huh?
We have plenty of water.
I told all of you guys to bring water. How many times did I say bring water?
Like 20,000 times.
Thank you.
20,000 fucking times. I brought water.
In your pockets.
No, I didn't. I left it in the car.
Then yes, of course, you may have some. I fill the big bottle.
Ooh, I just burped in there. That was gross. Just burped in my thing.
Also, if anyone gets like
Where are they? They coming?
They're in the bathroom. Before we load up, does anyone need anything else? Advil, lotion, water.
Just some weed. But we're gonna do that up there. Do we have it?
We have it.
Cowabunga, dude. Nicely done, bro. You hot? Already out of breath. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. You have 2 gloves, you moron. Oh shit! I can't stop! I got it. What do you got? Oh. That was tough. Oh fuck. I think I'm just gonna put it in my pocket.
I know you can ride. This is a tour. Please just
one of the
take
little
it
ones.
easy. I'm going to let you loose at some point, but yeah, just take it easy, okay?
You have it on?
freshest air I've ever smelled.
Pretty nice, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
All right, gang, great riding, everybody. Come on over.
Still on.
How are we feeling?
Nice. It's been cornering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. So real quick, gang. All right, little Meltdown action.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it nice? So real quick, anybody notice anything about where we're actually standing this turnaround right here?
Flat.
Flat? Very good. That's correct. Is there any more uphill? Can we go uphill anymore?
No.
You know what that means?
We're at the top.
We're at the summit. We're at the top. So when you go home, you can say, congratulations, I drove my snowmobile to the top of a 10,500 foot mountain in Colorado. So yeah, we're just over 10.5 right here at the summit. So pretty cool. Come on over here, gang. We'll do a little talk and then we'll do some pictures.
You want to still do solo? Or you want to switch it up?
No, we'll switch it up.
Okay. Over to your right, way off in the distance, that big looming peak we see out there is the Mountain of the Holy Cross. It's our local 14er. If anybody's ever heard that term before about Colorado, kind of famous for our 14ers or 14,000 foot peaks. In the lower 48 states, so below Canada, above Mexico, continental United States, there are 64 mountains over 14,000 feet. There's no 15ers, so all 14ers are lower. Of the 64 total, Colorado has 54. We do not have the tallest though. Is anybody here California? Did I hear California?
No.
Nobody? Okay. The tallest 14er in the lower 48 states is in California. Any guesses? Anybody? She married Bobby Brown.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney, Mount Whitney. So, so Mount Whitney is the tallest. That was good. That was good. So yeah, so tallest mountain, and then the second tallest in the states is in Colorado. It's Mount Elbert, just outside of Leadville, at 14,433 feet. What's really interesting is Mount Elbert, the tallest in Colorado, is actually one of the easiest to climb. It's about a 4.5 mile one way, so about an 8-mile round trip to get to the summit and back. Where that mountain right there is 18 miles in one direction to the summit. So people that hike that, yeah, from where you park your car to the summit, it's about 18 miles. So most people do that in a 3-day adventure where they park their car. They'll hike most of the day to right to the base of the steepest part you see. They'll camp out there that first night, wake up early, crack of dawn that next morning, summit the peak, come back to that original camp, spend night number 2 at that same camp, and then on day 3, hike back out to their car.
Have you done it?
I have not. I've done 2 14ers in my life. I hike up great, hiking down blows my knees and my hips out for like 3 or 4 days. So yeah, so I don't, I don't do well with the down hike, so. Yeah, and then behind me over here, or actually to right in front of us, we obviously have the front side of Vail Resorts over there. Top of Vail right in the middle is PHQ, where Tiers 4, 5, and 11 meet. That's 11,444 feet. So 11,444, top of Vail right there. And then over here we got the Gore range of mountains named after Lord Stanley Gore, a really notorious huntsman that came over from England and slaughtered a bunch of animals and explored the area. And I don't know why they still name it after him. Hopefully they'll change it someday. But the tallest mountain in the Gore is the one on the left, and it's Mount Powell. It's named after John Wesley Powell. Anybody ever heard that name before? How about Lake Powell?
Yeah.
So same guy. Yep. So John Wesley Powell was a Civil War soldier. He lost his right arm in the Civil War. After the Civil War, he became a huge explorer and one of the first ever environmentalists and conservationists. So there's a lot of stuff named after him for that fact. He's also the first person to ever lead an expedition by boat down the entire length of the Colorado River, which is the Grand Canyon. So he was the first person to ever take boats through all the Grand Canyon rapids. So pretty impressive. And then being a huge conservationist, he was totally against the damming and reservoiring of rivers. And then they go and name like the biggest reservoir in the country after him. So he'd be pissed. He'd be turning in his grave if he knew. And then yeah, that's about it for the history. I would love to take some photos of you, gang. Has anybody ever heard of a forced perspective photography? Anybody ever seen the picture on the internet with the guy that's holding the moon and then like puts it in the back of his car? It's like a trick of using your zoom to force the perspective to change. So we'll do groups and then we'll switch out and I'll show you the trick. So somebody come on over. We usually do the Gore range with the sun in your faces right now. Makes a great shot.
Should we take the helmets off?
13s, 14s. It's got a 13 Pro, 14 Pro.
Josh.
Everybody.
Yeah, he's got the
14 Max.
newest.
Just make sure you
The
share
better
these
your
photos.
iPhone, the better my pictures come out.
Should we take off our helmets? You and Dick.
Come
This is
on,
good.
Lance. Come on, friend.
Everybody take a step to your left.
It's like the replacements.
Couple more.
A little bit more. Right there.
This is when we fall down the trap door and they never see us again.
Yeah, that's it.
How was that, guys? Y'all enjoyed
1,
that?
2, 3.
Should we?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Hold on.
Oh,
All
good.
right, now give me some guns, some arms.